right, we're live, and it looks like it's doing widescreen for whatever reason. Nini, everybody. It's just me this time. Darren's okay, because I know he was having trouble with asthma last time, but got that uh under control, and he's better now. He's just keeping an eye on company while I do, the live stream. Um, but like I said, he's doing better. And we went from having 5 people and a 2-year-old in the house to now it's just 3 of us. And so it's a lot quieter now, but I am absolutely exhausted. So let me make sure I've got a good. I don't know. You guys get to see everything, including my funky little corkboard over here. But it's character. So I hope everybody had a good Christmas holidays, and hope you guys enjoyed the video that we put together. I was thinking of some of you guys, as I planned this through the year, because I've noticed people saying, "Oh well, I have to, be careful watching this. I don't want, family walking in on me and stuff like that." So I was thinking, well, what might be something helpful, with that. So that was the video topic. And next month I'll get started on another, topic that was video requested, and I'm going to have a bunch of book reviews, to look forward to, because I was gifted with several books. So it's like I'm back in college. I have a reading list now. So yeah, let me see if I've got. I don't know if they wanted me to review this or not, but this is that calendar that the Amenta Nefra group put together, and this is artwork. This is a painting from the 1800s that they used for their cover art. I hope they aren't running awry of any copyrights to do that, but I don't know. It might be public domain. I'm not sure. Another little teaser. This is probably going to be another fun book review. So, if you guys could see that, this will probably be another fun one, but it's all coming next year. So, like I said, I'm back in college now. I have a whole reading list to take notes on. So, just gotta catch up on what you're saying. Yes, last service of the year. And celery. Oh, you're working on some Middle Egyptian study. Hey. Yes, more book reviews. Oh, and like and welcoming the head cow to my shrine tonight. That sounds cool. Did you what kind of icon for the head cow are you using? That sounds really cool. Julia, hello. Hope you're doing well too. Also, just to let you know before we get started, next week I will be premiering something pre-taped, because a week from now we should be checking into a hotel in New Orleans, because there's a convention going on. It wasn't until after I booked it I was like, oh, that means we'll be busy on a Friday night. So we did the Feast of Victory outdoors ahead of time, so it'll be fun. We get to stab things and light them on fire. So it'll be cool. So that just letting you know ahead of time, you'll have something cool to watch, and I'm probably gonna get more excited as the week goes on, because they're going to have a bunch of folks from the Terminator movies at this. Linda Hamilton is going to be there, and I'm going to have a minor fangirl moment with Sarah Connor. And, of course, the voice of Optimus Prime and Megatron. So, yeah, they're really looking forward to that. So, y'all wish me a fortuitous weekend next weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, Darren's going to get to mess with me a little bit about that. But that's okay. I'm going to put him on the spot and ask him to tell Linda Hamilton about when he went to see Terminator 2 in the theater. And when she went on screen, he suddenly forgot that he had a date. And the way he tells it, it sounds really funny. So I'm gonna put him on the spot and make him tell her that. But okay. Tonight we're honoring Neith, who is the mistress of Sais, the ancient city in the Delta. Min also apparently had a shrine as part of her complex. So there's Min of Sais, and so they are connected. Probably Min was another son of Neith. And of course, Aset has a feast day, and so does Anpu. Anpu is credited as either another son of Isis or adopted son, depending on how you trace the story. So they're in a sense parallels from different different regions and different groupings. So we will be honoring them tonight. That's right. And we'll have to save some cool waters for Darren. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. It's Tefnut purifies me, and they're nice and cool tonight. Hail unto you, Anichiru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. And we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. I'm going to use this one. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come, oh come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and will be joining us in the future and has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
We light our candle for Mama Sekhmet, that she may bring. There we go. Really? She may bring peace and healing to those who need it. And that's why, it helps to make sure that the wick is standing up on your candles. Because, when you get tea lights, a lot of times that wick is kind of like mushed up against it. So you're going to have to get it to stand upright so it can catch. So. '21st century problems. There we go. There we are. Okay, it's going to take it a second at first. But it's there. We know it's there. And the light will grow. I think that's... Hopefully that's a sign of what's to come. It may start out small, but it'll grow and get bigger and stronger. There we go. Sometimes you just have to let things be for a minute. And I've got plenty of fortune cookies this time, the pre-wrapped ones. And actually, the guy that I got some from today, he owns a little Korean grocery store, and he's like, "Oh, well, let me know 2 weeks in advance, and I can get you a whole box." I'm like, "Yes." So hopefully we'll get thoroughly restocked. You will rise in the Alketis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Neith, mistress of Sais, Min of Sais, to Aset, great of magic, and to Anpu, he upon his mountain. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunuchuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Dispet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Yunuchuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood of your nurture, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oh, Yunachiru, this incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunachiru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Min, O Neith, Aset, Anpu. O Yunachiru, drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Min of Sais within his house. Neith within hers. Aset within her house. Anpu within his. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance. Thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra, for Min, Neith, Aset, Anpu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Min, O Neith, O Aset, Anpu. Come to your bodies, O Yunachiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba. To these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Min, Neith, Aset, Anpu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapuru Ra. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Yeah, you can barely see it, but that candle is lit. That's just, oh, there we go. That sort of got it. Now we can see. But now from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Karu Ta Henket Kakao Abdus and Nachrimahat Kut Nibet Nofra Weberan Ket Nachrim Kawan Akupu Nibu Makaru Nibu Hiran Nachra. Voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti. We may witness Ra's perfection every day. All right. We'll read some things for our specific deities. I'm going to check up on the comments. Let's see. Oh, well, that's good to see. I see, Sean, you're saying that your parents got some stuff worked out with health insurance. That's good. I don't understand why it is that the whole system kind of got upended, but I've been having to take care of stuff like that myself. But oh, excuse me. Oh, like it. So you made a head cow with clay. Yeah, I'll have to go and check the Discord. Yeah, I have not been able to go on the Discord, but like maybe briefly because I've been entertaining company all week. And we'll still be having company this week coming up. In fact, we're probably going to be watching a bunch of anime and stuff once I catch up on some rest. But, yeah, and, oh, goodness. And, Katie, you're saying your express card for SSI got hacked. Oh, my goodness. That's tough, but, oh, goodness. We've been there with other cards. I don't know. I'd have to ask Darren if there was any thoughts that he had on that. But hopefully that new card will come in, and you'll be able to get back to doing what you need to do. And Kai Sobek, I'm seeing what you're saying about that book reminded you of a picture of Jesus where it's hard of showing. I have to tell you, when I was little, in kindergarten and first grade, I was sent to a Catholic school, and it was awful because you had kindergartners and eighth graders all thrown onto the same playground. No problems there, right? I have scars from the skins, the times I skinned my knees with that, but that's another story. But they had this statue of Mary in the front office, and the Catholic iconography is very stylized, and you had like this was like um the sorrowful heart, or something, Maria Dolores or something like that, but her heart is shown pictured, and it has a sword through it to show her sorrow over the death of Jesus and all that. But at 6 years old, I did not understand that. I just remember seeing that statue of Mary and wondering, why was her heart on top of her clothes? Why can you see it? This doesn't make any sense, and it's kind of creepy. So that's what you're saying very much reminds me of that. But that another thing that, to me, especially knowing the way the Egyptians saw things, they didn't talk about things like what happened to Osiris, because the more you talk about that, you relive it, you make it happen again, you perpetuate it. So from that vantage point, having pictures of Jesus crucified on a cross is kind of bad, because you're perpetuating it, versus the newer ones where they show him and he's like all happy and risen and robed in glory and all that makes more sense. But again, that's just a different take on it. But let's read something for Anpu. And ask him to help us make the transition safely from this year, ending 2023, into a new one, 2024. And may 2024 be a much better and happier year for all of us than 2023 was. Hail and praise, O Anpu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the West, fair son of Osir, great physician who heals. Your seal is our protection. Crown prince of the Enid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Osir's side. You serve the blessed dead. They live because of you. And skip ahead for Aset. Okay, here we go. And there's one good thing that I can think of that happened this year, and I hope they're well. Kit Fox and Seba Kekaway welcome their little girl Isadora, and I hope they're recovering and doing well, and we thank Aset for looking after them as they welcome their daughter into the world. Hail, O Aset! You are the one who pours out the inundation, which makes all people live and green plants grow, who provides sacred offerings for the gods and voice offerings for the Ak spirits. Because you are the Lady of Heaven, your husband is Lord of Duat, and your son is Lord of the sacred, Lord of the land, and your son Anubis is Lord of the sacred land. Her husband is the pure water, renewing himself at Biga at his time, and she is Lady of Heaven, Earth, and Duat, having brought them into being through what her heart conceived and her hands created. She is the Ba, which is in every city, watching over her son Horus and her brother Osiris. And to Min, Lord of Sais, with his Bath and Body Works ribbon keeps him appropriate for YouTube. Adoration to Min, to Horus praise, he with his arm upraised. Hail, Min in his going forth, lofty of plumes, son of Osiris, born of Isis, and son of Neith, mistress of Sais. Great in the dual shrines, mighty in Anpu, O you of Gebju, Horus the strong-armed, lord of reverence who brings pride to silence, sovereign of the gods, fragrant when he comes from Medjaland. You of Utent, hail and praise. And hail unto you, O Neith, the great, the one who existed before existence, you who made all that is, who created all that exists, eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of Ra, who was at the beginning, unique one without equal, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command. One does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth, mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under your authority. Mistress of great fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty, light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your son as the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seeds of gods and men. Great cow who nourishes all things. Mother of mothers, who is like no other. Okay. If anyone has some other requests for prayers for things, Katie, you mentioned you're hoping that a new card comes in for you as soon as possible, and we offer our prayers for that. May a Wepwawet open the way for that to reach you quickly, and health and well-being and prosperity for everyone. And let's go ahead and do some fortunes as well. Now, I have 3 cookies left from this one, and we'll open those, and those can be for everybody. So that if someone's tuning in after the fact, this is going to be for all of us, and kind of give us a peek, hopefully, at a good year to come. And let me see if we've got any requests. Okay. And Sarcastic, you got something on the Discord that'll make us want to have to check that out. Yeah.
I think I'd like one drawn too.
Alrighty. Oh, and that's interesting. So, Sabrina's saying that's why Jehovah's Witnesses don't honor the cross. Why glorify a weapon? I agree with that logic, but yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Min's community guidelines ribbon. I love that. Okay. So Icy Phoenix. I see a request from Nebbit Hut. Mother of mothers be a mom. You know, I don't like that. Yes. Okay. All right. So I see lots of those. And a follower of Anubis, is it possible? Can you pray for my health? Absolutely. Hacked by TikTok when I didn't have my personal info on there. Oh, wow. That's... I was, oh, no, not an anime binge fest. Oh, darn, that's really too bad. But yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is, okay. We'll start with the one that's for everybody. And well, I tell you what. Then we're gonna do Yamanu's, and then I'm gonna pick up with Spicy Phoenix, and then just read through and make sure I don't miss anybody from there. So there'll be a little bit of lag between y'all's comments and what we're reading, but we'll just go down the list in order. And so these cookies are from. We're gonna ask Ra to give us some input for everyone with these three. So our first one, you will overcome difficult times. That's the best news I've heard all year. So for everyone, yeah. So from the big boss, the first one, you will overcome difficult times. Now, second one, it is time to help a friend in need. Give your best. All right. And that also means that if you're someone who is in need, ask, and know that you're among friends. We will give it our best to help each other out. So our third one, and this is for everyone. You will never need to worry about a steady income.
Well, that's nice to know.
Wow. Yes, and these are from the big boss. You will overcome difficult times. It is time to help a friend in need. Give your best. You will never need to worry about a steady income. Well, I think that is a great message to have going into a new year. So, guys, I think yes. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. So, without further ado, let's get into our other cookies. So this first one is for Yamanu, and then we're going to Spicy Phoenix, and then down the list in the comments. So Yamanu. A friend will bring you a big surprise soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A friend will bring you a very big surprise soon. Hope it's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I wonder if Shannon's going to bring something interesting home. Oh, I got another empty wrapper. All right, Spicy Phoenix. As opposed to Mild Phoenix, I guess. Spicy Phoenix, you are very grateful for the small pleasures of life. And I think they're saying that's a good thing to be. Be grateful. Yeah, and it says you are very grateful for the small pleasures of life. Keep it up. Okay. So now it's a message from Nevet Hud as I need a message to get back on track spiritually. Well, there you go. And saying be grateful for the small pleasures of life. All right, Sean, I'll take a divination from Kanoom. It's been over a year and a half since I've gotten one. All right. And I've been next year. I'm hoping to go back to the pottery place in town. I guess I should see if I can make something of Kanoom, since that's his bag. But we'll ask him what he has for Sean. And he's going to make me hot after that one. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Listen to the wisdom of the old. So that is from Khnum. Listen to the wisdom of the old. And I'm getting a sense that maybe if there are older people in your family that you know and that you talk to, listen to them and get as much from them as you can while you can, because that's one of the greatest things that they have to pass on is their wisdom and their stories. So make that your mission for 2024. Of course, for me, the funny thing is this June, it'll have been 20 years since we first met Wally. Of course, he passed away in 2017, but I tell you what, anytime he called, I answered the phone because I knew there would be a day when, I wouldn't get those phone calls anymore. And I'm glad I did, because he had firsthand stories about, things that he saw in World War II, and stuff like that, that's things that we're losing every day. So I think that's good for everybody. But Sean, I guess Khnum had something specific to tell you about that. So listen to the wisdom of the old. Okay. Discord cookies. Silver, Thrilo, and is that Ragnall stick? Hopefully. So we'll do the Discord, folks, and then we'll pick up with Katie. So let me scroll down a little bit. Oh, and Freddie Silva, don't know English, but Kemetism made me try to learn. Here in Brazil, it's very hard to find something about. Right, and my understanding is the primary language in Brazil is Portuguese. Because my brain wants to go to Spanish, but somebody said no, it's Portuguese. And unfortunately, I don't know very much of that. But regardless, glad to hear you. Glad you're tuning in, and we'll help ask any questions you have. So okay, so silver, then Thrilo, and then Ragnall stick. So here's the one for silver. There we go. For silver, greet your friends with open arms, and happiness will come to you. For silver, greet your friends with open arms, and happiness will come to you. And Thrilo. Oh, Thrilo got two. First one for Thrilo. All the effort you are making will ultimately pay off. Now the second one. Wow. Second one for Thrilo. The heavy chains of worry are forged in idle hours. I think this is one to think about for us. The heavy chains of worry are forged in idle hours. In other words, when you're sitting there and just ruminating, you're forging those heavy chains of worry. And what is it that Darren likes to say? Is that reality ends in a period, anxiety and worry end in a question mark. So the questions that we ask, the what if or what about, don't do that. Just concentrate on what's there and what you can do in the moment. And remember that all the effort you're making will ultimately pay off. The heavy chains of worry are forged in idle hours. So focus on, this is for Thralo, focus on what you've done and what you're doing right now. Don't worry about the rest. Don't give yourself extra trouble. Or as my father-in-law would say, don't go borrowing trouble. Okay, so now Ragnall stick. That's our next one. Here we go. And for Ragnall stick, and again, I hope I'm not screwing that up. Be definite now. Worry about precision later. So, Ragnall stick's message: be definite now. Worry about precision later. Just get it done. There will be a time to refine it and clarify it, but there's something that they're saying you need to go ahead and take the initiative and do that now. So, okay, and so now for Katie Horton, asking for Wepawet, Set, or Anubis to give us some wisdom. Alrighty. So for Katie, Anpu and Wepawet, Aset, what wisdom do you have for our friend Katie? I think they were waiting to toss that one at us. Well, this is interesting. Because it looks like the the fortune got cut off in the machine. But the three words that are on here are tranquility and goodwill. That in itself is rather interesting. It's as if, the rest of the message, we didn't need it. They just wanted to give you tranquility and goodwill. So, I think it's funny. That's a I guess it's kind of appropriate too, coming from Set, because it's reassuring. But how did it get that way? It's because the cookie got cut off. So there you go, Katie. You are going to have some tranquility and goodwill. It just may not come in the form that you expected. Okay. Celery from Nebuchadnezzar for the ending of the year. And we actually do have a plaque of Nebuchadnezzar. She's kind of tucked in the back because it's a little crowded over here. But we know she's there, and she knows you're there, Celery, and she has something for us, for you. So let's see. Celery. How you look depends on where you go. And this is a bit cryptic, which I suppose is appropriate from Nebuchadnezzar. But how you look depends on where you go. So I guess make sure you're going to good places. How you look depends on where you go. Okay. All right, and so now for Ashley from Anpu. from Anpu for Ashley. Ashley. Wow, this one is rather direct. Ashley, do not display your treasures or people will become envious. Do not display your treasures or people will become envious. So, okay, keep that close to the chest. And you know what? It's interesting we asked for that one from a deity who is called the Master of Secrets. So I think we should take his advice. Okay, so Juniper and follower of Anubis asked if you could pray for we could pray for your health. I tell you what, we'll say a quick prayer while we're once we do this cookie. This one's for Juniper. Oh, Juniper, you got two. Juniper, today taking a supportive role might benefit the group dynamic. That's the first one. Now the second one. Never forget a friend, especially if they owe you. This is really interesting because let's put these two together for you, Juniper. Today, taking a supportive role might benefit the group dynamic. Never forget a friend, especially if they owe you. It sounds like this might be a chance for you to kind of let some folks take the lead or at least take a kind of step up and do some things for you. Maybe they've been leaning on you too much, and this might be a good time to kind of encourage them to, take a little more impetus because they owe it to you to do that. That's the sense that I'm getting, but hopefully that's something helpful. And Anpu, would you please look after your follower as they address themselves on YouTube? Please grant them life, well-being, and health, favors and affection. May their eyes perceive your goodness and their heart receive your wisdom. And sarcastic. And then, of course, Kaisobek and Sophia already. So for Mama Aset, for your sarcastic child that we love so much. Adversity willingly undergone is the greatest virtue. So sarcastic. Adversity willingly undergone is the greatest virtue. So if there's something that is difficult, that maybe you're hesitating about, but you summon the courage and go through with it, that is the greatest virtue. Adversity willingly undergone. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. Kai Sobek. From Sobek. And his candle is on the sill behind us. So ask Papa Dial. For some wisdom. Okay, Kai Sobek. The one who is afraid of asking is ashamed of learning. The one who is afraid of asking is ashamed of learning. So don't be ashamed to learn. Don't be afraid to ask. And it's elaborating from the fortune. But the one who is afraid of asking is ashamed of learning. So don't be. There's an old Chinese saying that he who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask a question is a fool forever. Okay, so Sophia, and then Married Wepawet. Nope. That's one. Sophia G. Here we go. Sophia, the longest journey is the journey inwards. The longest journey is the journey inward. But it's still one worth undertaking. Okay, let's see. So now we're to Married Wepawet. And, all right. Oh, and Alejandro, it's a prayer for safe travels next year. Absolutely. So since we've been invoking Wepawet a little bit, I think he would be appropriate to ask. So let's do that. Let's ask Wepawet to grant us a little bit of wisdom for his beloved in the UK, and safe travels for our friend Alejandro in the year ahead, and also to keeping an eye on Wolf. He posted earlier in the week that he landed a job at an Amazon warehouse, so he has a place to go and a possible new start. So we wish all the best for him, and may Wepawet continue to open the paths for him. And message for Married Wepawet. Everything serves to further. Now that's all it says, but everything serves to further. The immediate hit that I got when I read this is everything that's going on right now, even if it doesn't seem like it, even if it seems like it's counterproductive, it's all going to serve the further purpose. So everything serves to further. And I guess Wepawet's message is to take heart, because it will all build into something, and you'll be able to see it. The pieces will start to come together. Everything serves to further. And for B, from Ra and or Jehuti. Okay, and Alejandro says, if possible, another prayer. This time, as a mother of a friend of mine who passed away. The friend passed away, and so the mother can have peace in her heart. Oh goodness. And I'm sorry about losing your friend, because been thinking about mine a lot too, so I understand. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, so we're on B, and then we're going to Sabrina. So Ra and Jehuti. Message for B. Here we go. B, a big fortune will descend upon you this year. A big fortune will descend upon you this year, B. So, hey, that sounds like good news. And next, Sabrina, fortune from Bast. Sabrina, the greatest risk is not taking one. The greatest risk is not taking one. So Bast is telling you, go for it. Take the risk. It's not as bad as you're thinking, is what I think she wants to let you know. The greatest risk is not taking one. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, Alejandro. And Sabrina was asking what the general cookies were. We had 3 of them. They were all very good ones. Hang on. So we're getting Alejandro, then Aset. Let's see. Let's see. All right. I'll reread real quick what our ones for everybody were, and then we'll pull one for Alejandro and pick up from there. But yes, the ones for everyone are right here, and it was that you will overcome difficult times. That it is time to help a friend in need. Give your best, and you will never need to worry about a steady income. So that was, the last 3 that were in that other box. So, that's a great message going into the new year. But Alejandro, your question was? Here we are. And keep moving from there. Alejandro, the kind of advice we do not like to take often turns out to be the best. The kind of advice we do not like to take often turns out to be the best. So, and yeah, I've been there. There are times when, you hear something and, even if you don't like the message, there's something deep inside of you that says, yeah, you're right. And, it makes you a little uncomfortable, but yeah, I need to heed this. So the kind of advice we do not like to take often turns out to be the best. That was for Alejandro. And yes, next is Aset. Aset, people have great respect for you. People have great respect for you. So Aset, I get the sense that that message is meant to say, don't think less of yourself, because there are others that are looking upon you with respect. So don't undercut yourself. People have great respect for you. Yes, and Alejandro asked for a prayer for friend's mother, and I was just thinking about my friend Amy's mom, who, of course, if you watched this month's video, you got to see her. I believe there are support groups for parents who have lost children, and I want to say that Amy's mom had mentioned that, but it's something that you might be able to suggest to your friend's mom. And also another thing is, and pardon me, but Amy's mom has said that she lost her daughter, but she gained other children through Amy's friends, including Darren and I. And so that's always something that you could do for your friend. Sorry, it's been a little difficult for me because, again, not only working with, Amy's mom was kind enough to, do an interview with us for a YouTube video, but also the convention we're going to go to is the kind of thing that Amy would have jumped at, going with us to see this. So, realizing that she can't has been rather difficult. But so I can understand where you're at, but it's also good that you're taking in your friend's mom and trying to look after them, and I would encourage you to keep doing that. So it's just, one of those things. So okay. Oh, hey, Conspiracy Town! Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, it's great to see you. And thank you for the sticker, and thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. Hmm. Okay, all right, okay. Well, and Katie had to check out, but thank you. Good night. Let's see. I'll tell you later. Yeah, that's great. But okay, so we've got follower of Anubis from Anpu or Bastet. Okay, that's right. I think Miss Jackal in the request of prayer to all the gods for her happiness. And did Mrs. Jackal want a fortune? I think she might have. We'll pull one for her in just a minute. But okay, so follower of Anubis. Let's get yours. Follower of Anubis. Today is a great day for learning something new. So if you got some books on your Amazon wish list, hey, might be a time to get some. Today is a great day for learning something new. And that was for follower of Anubis. And Let's see. Well, not the. Yeah, no, sarcastic. I like what you're saying about the fortune. You know, tranquility. Well, not for the printer, but screwed. But you'll be okay. All right. So, tell you what. Let's do one for Conspiracy Town, and then I'll pull one for Mrs. Jackal just to make sure. So, Conspiracy Town. It's good to have you back. I know it's been a while. And I hope you've been doing well in the meantime. All right, Conspiracy Town. Do not hesitate to look for help. An extra hand should always be welcomed. So do not hesitate to look for help. An extra hand should always be welcomed. So, that message is for you, Conspiracy Town. And let's go ahead and pull one for Mrs. Jackal. And had asked for prayer. She'd asked for prayers for happiness. Certainly from Anpu, who is her patron, and from Hathor and all the other gods. Hopefully they have some good tidings for her. Okay. You can't make someone else's choices. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. So pass that on to Mrs. Jackal. You can't make someone else's choices. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. And I'll set that right there for her. So, okay. So let me catch up now and see if anybody else has some. Oh, thanks for the hugs, guys. Okay, Harley Green. This is my first time watching live. I'd love a cookie from Nevertha. Okay, well, absolutely, Harley, and thank you for hanging in there with us. You know, thank you so much. And yeah, you know, and sometimes friends become family, and it's kind of like, you know, the folks that we had over, they're friends, but they're young enough to be mine and Darren's surprise kind of thing. It's like, wait a minute, you were born when? Oh, I don't remember what we were doing. You know, and so we've kind of taken on that role as, you know, auxiliary parents. You know, so they were over with you know, their little one. And I learned something interesting. Apparently we have an ingredients house because we don't have a whole lot of prepackaged foods, you know, like, you know, corn dogs or, you know, ho-hos or, you know, hot pockets. We don't have things like that. It's like you've got, you know, bread, rice, you know, meat, you know, that kind of stuff. And she said, oh, you have an ingredients house. I'm like, never heard it put like that before, but okay. So yeah, that's what we do around here. Oh, that's great. And yeah, thanks guys. I really appreciate all the feedback. Thank you for that. And Harley had asked for a cookie, so let's go ahead and yeah, it's sarcasm. I was on like that too. Cool. But Harley, we need to give you your first cookie. So Thank you for tuning in with us and hanging in this long. And if anybody's got any other requests, go ahead and put those up there so we can kind of wrap it up, because we've been at it for a little while now. And that's without Darren, kibitzing. But don't worry, he's very much part of the video that we're putting together. So, because I got him out there and we were both out in the cold, doing our ritual. But okay, so Harley Green. The greatest of all mistakes is to do nothing because you think you can only do a little. Wow. Let me read this again. The greatest of all mistakes is to do nothing because you think you can only do a little. Just because you think it's a little doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Because your little bit, and somebody else's little bit, and somebody else's little bit can add up to a lot. So the greatest of all mistakes is to do nothing because you think you can only do a little. Because what little bit you do, it may be bigger than you're thinking, for one thing. But for another, even that little bit can still make a huge difference. So, alrighty, guys. Well, let's go ahead. Yes, we had things for making dinner. Want a snack? Lunch? We got leftovers. Absolutely. Oh, Jimmy Sullivan. Hello. Gabriel. Hi, guys. Just dropping in to say hey. Maybe some prayers that tomorrow it's only my car battery we need to get changed and that there's no issue getting to the mechanic. Wow. And a follower of Anubis, thank you for your prayer. Absolutely. That's great. Big hugs. Gabriel. I'm tossing this out there. I think Sokar, I believe metallurgy was one of his areas of specialty, in which case maybe cars would fall under, his purview. And may he help you to get your car to the mechanic and that it doesn't have anything seriously wrong with it. That it's not something like a starter or an alternator, because those tend to get more expensive. First man know about those. So prayers for success and a friendly repair bill for your vehicle. And I tell you what, we'll read one more prayer for everybody. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Unu, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neith and Upwot to open their ways for us, and may you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk, Ra Horaketi, as you rule the nine. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and read for the to make the offerings endure. But if anybody needs any other requests, just go ahead and put those up. We won't, we're not done till everybody's got where they need to be. So, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure, as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, mistress of lower men's set in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset and Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenyu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You've come in peace, O Min, O Neith, O Aset, O Anpu. You have come in peace, O Yunachiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Min, Neith, Aset, Anpu. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, everybody, before we wrap up, let's see if anybody's got any other requests. Link to the Discord, yes. Oh yeah, that's right, the app did update, huh? Sabrina says, "Go Saints, my Falcons need a Saints win." Oh, Sacha Hutti, from Germany. I guess. Oh goodness, what time of day is it over there? Would we be saying Guten Abend or Guten Morgen? This. Do you want a cookie or a prayer request before we go? And it's funny, Sabrina, you're talking about Go Saints because Darren's a big Saints fan. Who did? Nation for those that follow American football. And in the meantime, everybody, of course, we hope that you all have a great New Year's weekend. Have fun, pop some fireworks if you can. I'm going to go shopping for fireworks for possible book reviews. And just a reminder, what we do for next week is going to be pre-tapes. So there's going to be a fortune for everybody, but we won't be doing the usual thing. That will pick up. Let's see, a week after the 5th, so on the 12th, and we will be celebrating the midpoint of the Kemetic year. So, because at that point it'll have been 6 months since Wep Runpet, and someone had asked, could you read prayers from Wep Runpet for a secular New Year's, and I don't see why not. It's still a transition. It's just as valid. It's not, It's for everybody. It's not specific to, our own calendar. But okay, might be a little bit late. Join you on Discord. Okay, alrighty, guys, and then in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and pass on, love and hugs and cool waters for Darren, and you'll be hearing from both of us again soon. As we start the new year. So lots of love and hugs for everybody. So there we go. Thank you again. Pass on the thing I sent you to. Okay, I will have to check that out, Sarcastic. Great New Year's.
Have a happy New Year, everybody.
Yes. See you next year. Oh yes, Celery saying I celebrate 3 different New Year's festivals. I get you on that because yeah, the Mesopotamian New Year comes at spring equinox, so or following that. So yeah, that'll be in a little while. But much love, guys, and Happy New Year. And thanks. Oh, and you are welcome, One Eye. Thank you for joining us.